Good morning, YouTubers. I want to do a quick VR, I hope, to Seller559. He did a video on illegals, and more specifically Mexicans that come over illegally from Mexico to the United States, and how they're a drive force in the economy. They do the jobs that most people, you and I, don't want to do. They're hard workers, and they spend big, right? And I want to more focus on just the idea of the wall, and in this case, preference to Mexicans. There are many illegals of all cultures and races that come to this country, but we're referring to Mexicans from Mexico. Um, the idea of the wall putting up is great. It's a concept that I think a lot of us agree with, to say we got to secure the border because there are other cultures that come through, not just Mexicans. Um, but but we are a country of laws. We are a country of rules and regulations and laws, and we have to follow them. At the end of the day, we have to have some type of security. Like it or not, who that wall impacts, the idea itself is a good idea. It's going to be an expensive idea, but think about this. You think about, if you think of it from an individual, your neighbor, he's from Mexico, um, the preference, and you see how it impacts other people to get here. That can that can weigh on this whole idea, right? Because you see the individuals that get split up into families, or maybe some of them made it over, the others are working their way over and they can't because now the wall is up. When that does happen, you see how it tears them apart, right? So the human emotions there, where you feel compassion for them. The other part is, if you just stick to the idea itself and not focus on the individual person, you think about, well, no one told you to come over here. You took the chance that you were going to be split up or detained. There's rules to go by. The compassion part doesn't kick in, right? Because you don't know these people. You don't know them. So there's no personal feelings there. But when you get to know people that come over and you realize they're hard workers, a lot of good people, some of them are bad, just like in any culture. But the idea that they're hardworking Americans, you see that they're a culture of family. They're very family oriented. They take care of their own. They're not about, like Seller said, they're not about 401ks and all these plans. They make money, they spend money, and that is true. On the flip side is, they do get on a lot of assistance, which that's what irritates a lot of people, that they're on all these government assistance and this and that, and they're not even Americans. And then you and I that live in this country, pay taxes, work, we lose our job, we can't even go down and get those benefits because we don't qualify for them. And that's the part that irritates a lot of people when they see illegals come over, whether they're Mexicans or Puerto Ricans or Cubans or immigrants from Russia or the Middle East or Asian. That irritates a lot of people, and I get that. So the idea of the wall coming up, just the wall itself, and you don't think about the person, is a great idea. When you get to know people, it impacts, and how it impacts them, then that personal human compassion kicks in. But there has to be a balance, right? There has to be some checks and balances of, not everybody can just come to this country, free will. There has to be checks and balances, and when people realize that and say, it's not right that everybody can just flee in, flee out when they want. They come and go, because eventually that pie, that American pie, that piece of the pie that people have been enjoying, that are Americans here, or that other illegals have come here, once more people start coming here and their piece of the pie shrinks up, that's when they're going to start saying something to their own people and saying, look, you can't just come over here. And they're going to be like, well, you did. Well, yeah, I did, but I did it the right way. Or, yeah, but it was okay. Now it's gotten full. What happens when that cup gets full and there's too many illegals here? There has to be a checks and balances. And, they're great for the economy. They're great workers. They're great people. It's just, there has to be a process. And I think that's what we all agree on at the end of the day. So have a good day, guys. Red out.